Hi friends!
Welcome back to another episode of My Zone Active Kids,
where we actively invest in your future. Whose future? Your future. My name is Kari and I'm joined by my lovely friend.
Amazing.
Drum rolls for Amazing to tell us what we're gonna be talking about today. Drum rolls. Please tell us what we're talking about.
We're going to be talking about the desert.
What about the desert?
All about the desert and all its invasive species.
Okay, that sounds interesting. But before we get there, where should our friends find us every week?
Catch us on Dstv channel 285
and Gotv channel 25, as well as
every day at 10:45.
As well as where else can they find us?
On oneup2.com.
Yes. So before we go into an adventure, I'm going to go into the adventure into the desert on my beanbag. How about you?
Sounds interesting.
I think I need to get a green one. No, a brown one since we're going to the desert, so I fit in
like
the
you'll
desert.
Get lost in that one.
But it's fine. Then they won't see me coming. So if you want to get yourself an amazing beanbag, don't forget to go check out
Kickstart info?
No, info at kickstartnam.com.
Okay.
So amazing. Tell us about what we're going to talk about today.
Because you said no, you want a brown beanbag, and you don't want them to see you coming. That reminds me of a very interesting topic.
Which is what?
Actually one of the species in the desert that actually hides by actually navigating through the sand, and because the color reflects the desert, you can't see it.
What animal is that?
It's a snake actually, by the way.
But there are types of snakes. Amazing.
It's called a path adder.
A what?
Path adder.
Oh my gosh, amazing. That is so interesting.
Yeah.
But do you think it has an Afrikaans name as well? Because that name rhymes with a snake I know in Afrikaans as well.
Really.
Isn't it like a puff adder in Afrikaans?
Puff adder.
Because it's puff adder and puff adder. I think they're the same. I think our friends should go find out more about that.
Yeah, sounds interesting. One of the coolest things actually one could do. It's more like camouflage.
Yeah. So if I have a question for you. If you could have a desert animal as a pet, what animal would it be?
If I could have what?
A desert animal as a pet. What would it be?
A desert animal. Camel.
Why a camel?
I think it's so cool. At least I get to ride on it.
Okay, but another reason why you don't have a camel?
Why I want to have a camel? Actually, you can go long distances without water in the desert. Actually, one of the animals that won't go more days without water in the desert. Now, talking about the desert, what deserts do you know in Namibia?
In Namibia, I think we only have one big desert, which is the Namib Desert. Don't you think?
Desert?
Yes.
No, we have so many deserts.
Really?
Actually, I can't mention all of them.
Mention
But
two,
I'm not
apart
really
from the
acquainted
Namib.
with all of them, but we have the Sahara Desert.
Oh,
We have the
yes.
Kalahari Desert.
True.
Where that name came from, where people started calling the people Kalahari, the police officers.
Oh, okay. That is interesting. I only know the Namib Desert because it's one of the biggest landmarks in Namibia. So amazing. Since we're in the
Do
desert.
you know that Namibia is one of the oldest deserts in
Really?
the world?
What
Yes.
desert is that?
I think it's the Kalahari
No, I think it's the Namib Desert.
Interesting.
But let's go back to the desert. What do we find in the desert? Do we find a lot of water, like in a rainforest?
A lot of water. Not really. It's very dry, but we have a lot of plants that actually survive without water.
Yes. Can you name one plant
They
that
don't
we
really
always talk
survive
about?
without water, but they can really go days without water. We have common ones like, do we call it the Ngara plant?
Yes, and the Velveeta is also one.
And we also have the Velveeta.
Yes. But before we continue, amazing, don't you think it's time for a song?
Okay. But before we start singing, can't we keep that for the next episode?
episode or the next segment of the show?
You really want to sing? I guess then we can do that.
Okay, bye, friends. Once upon a time, in the biggest desert you have ever seen, lived a little fennec fox named Finley.
A fox in the desert, isn't it super hot?
It is, but Finley loved the desert. He loved playing hide and seek amongst the dunes when the sun wasn't too high.
Hide and seek sounds fun, but what happens when the sun is too high?
Well, Finley had a friend named Ollie the owl. Ollie slept during the day in a cool, shady spot.
An owl that sleeps, but owls hoot at night.
That's right, Zaki. Ollie was a nocturnal, meaning he wasn't active at night when the desert. He was only active at night when the desert was cooled down.
Cool. So Ollie sleeps during the day and Finley plays when it's not too hot. What about the really, really hot part of the day?
That's when Finley would find a cozy burrow or a rocky cave to rest in.
Smart fox, like a little desert house.
Exactly. He knew the desert could be dangerous if you weren't careful. He also shared his water with slow tortoise who needed it even more than him.
Wow, that's really a good friend.
He certainly was, Aki. He helped his tortoise friend and the tortoise gave him some shade when it got too hot.
Teamwork, I like it.
Me too, Zaki. So Finley and Ollie and the tortoise had each other to survive the harsh desert conditions.
Wait a second. So they all live in the same desert?
They did. Each animal is better suited for a certain time of the day in the desert. They respect each other and help each other.
That's amazing, like our friend Amazing.
Isn't it? The desert might seem scary, but it's actually home to lots of amazing creatures.
So, what is your favorite desert animal, Zoe?
I can't think of one off the top of my head, Seki. But do you think people could also be like desert animals?
In what way? Like sleeping all day?
Well, not exactly like that, but I think about how Finley adapted to the heat or how he helped the tortoise.
Okay. I'm thinking so adapting.
Exactly, just like Finley finds shade, maybe people can find ways to solve problems even when things get tough, like during the hottest part of the day.
So be resourceful like Finley.
Precisely, and consider the tortoise. Even though Finley needed water, he shared.
So be generous even when you don't have much to give.
You're getting it, Zaki. The desert teaches us about how surviving is important, but also about helping each other out.
So what else does Finley do all day besides hiding from the sun and sharing water? Does he just sleep all afternoon?
Not at all, Zaki. Remember those big ears I mentioned?
The ones that help him hear?
Exactly. They also help him stay cool. All that blood flowing so close to the surface of his ears help him release the heat.
Wow, built-in air conditioning. So he's using his ears to stay cool. What else does he use them for?
Well, Finley uses those amazing ears to hunt for food. Even during the hottest part of the day, there are still little insects and creatures in the sand.
Oh, so he's a super hunter even when it's scorching hot.
He's a very clever hunter, Zaki. He can hear the faintest rustle of a beetle under the sand.
That's incredible. So even during the really hot parts of the day, he's still working hard to find food and survive.
Exactly. He makes the most of every opportunity even when the conditions are challenging. And that, Zaki, is another lesson we can learn from Finley.
So being resourceful and generous are key. I got it. But what about friends? Does Finley have any other desert buddies besides the tortoise?
He does. So being resourceful and generous are key, and but I think it's time for us to say goodbye to our friends, so they head over to our other friends to find out what they're up to. Bye, friends.
Bye, friends.
Hi, friends. Welcome back. So that was an amazing story time by Zaki and Zoe. I really enjoyed the story. What did you enjoy about the story, Macy?
I felt like they really navigate through the desert. Like, it's like they do it every day.
Yeah, because they came from the jungle adventure to the rainforest adventure, now the desert adventure. I think Zoe and Zaki's passport is so full because they always travel.
Yeah.
But
I wish one day I'll be like Zaki and Zoe.
Yeah, me too. But amazing, you know what time it is? It's time for a song.
Ooh, guess what? I know you have so many songs for us.
But amazing, I always sing for us, so I think it's time you teach us a song because you're just singing just a few moments ago.
I really have a song from the desert, but I know of a song, and I know you know this song too. It says, Uncle Peter had a farm, Heeeyyyy. Do you know that song?
Is it Uncle Peter or Old MacDonald?
I guess it's both of them. I guess it's Uncle Peter and Old MacDonald all have a.
Friends, do you guys think it's Uncle Peter or Old MacDonald? I think it's Old MacDonald. So if you think it's Uncle Peter, you must comment Uncle Peter on our YouTube channel. If you think it's Old MacDonald, you must comment Old MacDonald. But I think our friends are going to say it was Old MacDonald.
Okay, so let's go. Since you know that it's Old MacDonald, teach me
No,
about this one.
I want you to continue. Come on. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And on his farm he had a cow, E-I-E-I-O. And a moo-moo here and a moo-moo there. Here moo,
everywhere, everywhere, moo, moo.
Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. But let's go back to Zaki and Zoe's adventure. They spoke about so many things. Did you know that the desert is not only hot? It's like it's warm, but not always.
Ooh. When is it really hot and when is it really
So
cold?
during the day, it's very warm because the sun is out.
Okay.
And you get heat from the sun.
Do you know why this happens?
Why?
Maybe it's because there is no water at all.
I don't know. Maybe we should go find that out a bit later. But in the night, it's warmer because... Tell us why it's warmer.
Why it's always warm? Because there is no water, it's so dry, there are no plants to actually cool the place up. And yeah.
It's not warm at night, it's cooler at night because the sun is now away. It's time for the moon. And the breeze from, you know, I think our friends just go research themselves.
Ooh, okay. Talking about that, what special features would you like to have as a desert animal?
I think I want to be like a camel to adapt without days of water. And then a thick fur, but not too thick because in the day it will be too hot. Maybe white fur. So the sun radiates like off of white.
Since we spoke about snakes being in the desert, do you actually think all animals in the desert are cold-blooded?
Not really. Is a snake cold-blooded?
Yes.
What does that mean, Amazing?
It means it only depends on the physical atmosphere to change its temperature
Really?
inside the body.
That is interesting.
Unlike humans who are warm-blooded, they change their own temperature.
How?
Their body is able to. Talking about that, do you know how warm-blooded and cold-blooded animals actually regulate their temperature?
But what are examples of warm-blooded and cold-blooded animals? Do you think insects are warm-blooded or
Do you know that
cold-blooded?
humans are also animals?
Really?
Yes, we also call ourselves animals, but we are the warm-blooded animals.
Why so?
Because we depend on metabolical processes to regulate our own internal temperature.
So interesting, amazing.
Talking about that, cold-blooded animals depend on their physical environment to regulate their temperature. That's why snakes and mosquitoes actually stay in cold areas.
Okay, amazing. That was so interesting. I think after we visit our friend Zaki and Zoe for the discussion that they're gonna have, we should come back to that topic. So we talk about the animals that are warm-blooded and cold-blooded. So bye, friends. Hello, 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 how are you? I'm good, I'm good, I'm great, I'm great, I'm wonderful, hooray! Hello, 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 how are you? I'm good, I'm good, I'm great, I'm great, I'm wonderful, hooray! Hi friends, my name is Zoe.
And my name is Zaki.
And we are niece and nephew. Zaki, today we're talking about desert animals that are awake in the day and animals that are awake in the night.
Ooh, like the sun and the moon?
Exactly. Some animals love the hot sunshine, like camels who drink all the water in one sitting.
Ooh, camels are super cool. Do they ever get thirsty?
Not very often because they store so much water, but they are always happy to see an oasis. Other animals like desert lizards also love the sun because they needed to get warm.
What about that, right? I mean, the night?
At night, things cool down and different animals come out to play. Some of them are foxes and they are nocturnal.
So they are superheroes who only come out when it's dark.
That's a fun way to think about it. They are very, very sneaky and looking for food.
Are there other animals?
Of course, owls are also nocturnal too, and some snakes prefer the cool nights.
Wow, the desert is a busy.
It is, even though you can't see everyone always.
What's your favorite animal? Sorry?
If animals could talk, what do you think they would say?
Interesting. I would say maybe they would say water since it's so dry without water.
That's a good one, Zaki. Maybe they would also talk about how much they love carrying people across the desert.
Yeah, and maybe they would complain about how hot the sand gets on their toes.
Haha, Zaki, that's so true. What about desert lizards? What do you think they'd say?
I bet they will be talking about the best sunbathing spots. This rock is perfect, nice and warm.
Definitely. And maybe they would brag about how quickly they can run away from danger.
So, like little race cars.
Exactly. They're super speedy. They would also talk about the best spots for catching bugs.
And they camouflage into the sand really well. That must be fun to hide.
Being hidden helps them keep safe, Zaki.
Do lizards ever get too hot?
That's a great question. They're good at finding shade. Sometimes they burrow in the sand if it's too hot.
Wow, like building their own little underground houses.
Exactly. They are very clever and make sure their houses are nice and cool.
Ooh, now the desert sounds like a fun place.
It can be, even though it can be really hot during the day. These animals are good at surviving.
Ooh, they are so tough and they look so cool too.
They really do. They're amazing animals that have adapted to the desert. Now let's talk about the ones who come out at night.
Yay, the night animals.
Get ready because it's a whole new world that comes alive when the sun is down.
Ooh, like a secret party only the night animals know about.
Exactly. Can you think of it? You can think of it in that way. The desert cools down and the different animals start their day while the others sleep.
So, wow, that's a really interesting topic to talk about. But I guess it's time to say goodbye, and we can talk about that next time. Bye,
Bye,
friends.
Hi friends, welcome back. So amazing, it's time for my favorite part, which is active activity.
Ooh, I'm always interested in.
So we're gonna play a game. Since Amazing was telling us about cold-blooded and warm-blooded animals, we have to guess whether the animal is cold-blooded or warm-blooded. So you give me animal, I guess whether it's warm-blooded or cold-blooded.
I'll start with ourselves as animals.
You said we are warm-blooded. See how I listened to one for me.
High five for that.
Okay, let me give you one. Insects.
Insects. I think they are cold-blooded.
You're right. High five. Give me one.
Okay.
Come on.
Since we sang about almost Dana's
You can also
cow,
specify the animal. Like you can say cow, lion, cheetah.
since we spoke about Old MacDonald's cow, maybe you can tell me if it's warm-blooded or cold-blooded.
I think it's warm-blooded.
Ooh, why?
Because it's like a human.
Why do you think it's like a human? A cow is so different. I mean,
Really? I'm not sure. I think it's warm-blooded, but I'm just gonna leave it there. Okay, let me give you one. A
do you
lizard.
know why actually it's warm-blooded? Because all mammals are warm-blooded.
That is so interesting, guys. Amazing is smart this episode. We
Yay,
love
I'm
it.
so educated.
So tell us, a lizard, warm-blooded
Lizards
or cold-blooded?
Cold-blooded.
Okay, you're right.
They actually depend on the physical environment. That's why you find most reptiles actually come out for the sunbeam.
That
And
is
that
so true because
actually-
I always see them on the walls when it's
on the
warm.
rocks.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Should I give you one more?
Yeah. Give me one more.
Scorpion.
I would say a scorpion might be cold-blooded too.
Oh. Are you sure?
Not really sure, but yeah.
You're right. It is cold-blooded.
Because I know it definitely isn't a mammal.
Okay. Now give me one last one. Almost.
It's time to go in the water. Talk to us about a whale.
See, there was a interesting piece I read, and it said fish are cold-blooded, but a whale isn't it a mammal?
Yep,
So it's warm-blooded.
definitely.
Okay.
Smart for that one. Okay.
Since we're in the water, how about a fish?
A fish. A fish is definitely cold-blooded.
Why do you think so?
Because it isn't a mammal.
Okay.
And plus, it depends on the physical environment to regulate its body temperature.
Yes, so if the water is cold,
Then the fish will also be
cold. If the water is warm, that's how sometimes they tend to swim closer to the outside because the sun is more there than deep in the water.
talking about that. Talk to us about the coolest animal in the desert.
Coolest, as in the coldest one?
Coolest.
Like the one I think is cool, like amazing. A scorpion.
Why?
Because like it's so tiny, it fits everywhere, and it can always defend itself by biting. Not really biting.
How does it bite?
With its tail. It stings. It doesn't bite. It stings. So interesting, right?
Ooh, okay, if you say so.
It stings like a bee stings.
Oh, yeah.
It stings. You see?
With a tail.
Yes.
And I think it has some type of poison in it.
Yes, not all of them are poisonous, but some are
Talk to
poisonous.
us about one of them that are not poisonous. I'm so keen to know.
I don't know scorpions like that amazing. So I
Mhm.
think you should go do a bit more research. And our friends can
Okay.
also do more research about it. But let's continue with our game, amazing.
Okay, wait. Before that, I also want to say my coolest desert animal.
Hmm.
And that's a camel, obviously.
You've mentioned it like
Have you
5
ever
times.
taken a ride on one of them?
No.
They're so cool.
Why do you think they're cool?
I mean, isn't it so amazing, like me, to go without water for days?
You can go without water for days?
I mean, no, the camel can do that.
See, amazing. Now it's almost, the time is done. Now we
Mhm.
can't continue with our game.
Oh.
And I was going to ask you what if a bird is cold-blooded or warm-blooded.
I think I can still answer that. A bird is a mammal, so it's warm-blooded.
But from me and amazing, it's bye, friends.
Bye, friends. See you next time.